to you by
youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
A very good evening. Welcome to the UBC News Tonight, this second day of July 2025. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and I'm going to be taking you for the next 1 hour. So do sit tight. Let's give you the headlines and then get straight into the news.
brought to you by
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Headlines tonight. UPDF military chopper crashes in Mogadishu. Furthermore, ANT and PFF enter a political agreement to unite forces. Court remands power infrastructure vandals. And Public Service announces 2025-26 financial year administrative guidelines.
brought to you by
Thank you very much. It's now time for the news in detail. The Uganda People's Defense Forces, in coordination with the African Union Stabilization Support Mission, has confirmed the crash of a UPDF military helicopter at Aden Abdullah International Airport in Mogadishu, Somalia. The helicopter, which was en route from Beldogo Military Airbase, landed at approximately 7:30 a.m., just moments before it was scheduled to touch down at the airport. According to official reports, the aircraft had 8 personnel on board and 3 of them survived the crash but sustained critical injuries. They are currently receiving emergency medical care at the AU Stabilization Support Center medical facility in Mogadishu. Tragically, 5 members of the crew did not survive. Search and rescue operations are ongoing, and they are trying to recover the remaining crew and secure the crash site. Meanwhile, aviation authorities, in collaboration with UPDF and AU forces, have launched a full investigation to determine the cause of the incident. And in more news, the Uganda People's Defense Forces today received a state-of-the-art auditorium at the International Peace Support Operations Training Center in Singo, constructed by the United States government under the Global Peace Operations Initiative. The facility was officially handed over by Mr. Philip Palmer, the director of GPOI. Let's take a look.
We are the first African country to deploy there, but because of the Pan-Africanism and the ideological clarity of the leadership here, we shall always intervene in any situation once called upon.
Over the years, thousands of UPDF troops trained at this site have served with distinction in international peace support operations, demonstrating discipline, professionalism, and courage under fire. This auditorium will provide a central platform for education, collaboration, and doctrine development, ensuring that Uganda's peacekeepers remain among the most capable and prepared on the continent.
Also stands as a monument in memory of the UPDF soldiers who have paid the ultimate price in peace support operations, and may their sacrifice never be forgotten. Let us leverage this facility to improve our capacity, sharpen our skills, and produce highly competent peacekeepers who can make a meaningful impact in the region and beyond.
This facility, each phase shows countless hours of commitment, innovation, and determination that have brought us to where we stand today.
I therefore will enable, as part of the program here at the International Peace Operations Training Center, it'll enable lots of different capabilities for preparing the contingents to deploy to Somalia or elsewhere as part of a peacekeeping mission. So it can seat, sort of at its minimum, it can seat 1,500. A full battle group can come in for battle group-wide training.
And in more news, opposition political parties, the Alliance for National Transformation, ANT, and the People's Front for Freedom have signed a memorandum of understanding agreeing among others work together in pursuit of democratic change in the country. These are the details.
This moment here is a symbol of the Alliance for National Transformation and People's Front for Freedom, PFF's resolve to come together and unite forces as they chase their political ambitions in the spirit of united we stand, divided we fall. Also to witness the document would have been Dr. Kiza Besigye as a founding figure of the PFF, but due to his current status, he could not
get prepared on the day we are going to organize to take this document to Luzira for retired Colonel Dr. Kiza to sign. Before he even was arrested, he superintended over a number of engagements in different places, and at the time he was arrested or kidnapped from Nairobi and incarcerated in Luzira, he was pursuing this process.
ANT's founding father, Major General Mugisha Muntu, reveals that this marriage is an outcome of long-term talks between the two political outfits that once subscribed to the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC.
It's just simply symbolizing that much as he has worked this campaign relentlessly, consistently, that there are still men and women who are still standing firm and they are resolved to continue executing this struggle until its logical conclusion.
On Wednesday, both parties expressed commitment to democratic principles.
Let us not be remembered for divisions. Let us be remembered for the critical decision we are making at this junction of our political history. The decision to work together when it mattered most.
The other reason for their political marriage is for both parties to advance advocacy for electoral reforms. It is not the first time that opposition political parties have formed an alliance with a view of frustrating efforts of the ruling party from clinching victory. Time will tell whether this time round a formation such as this shall wither the storm.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Nabanja, has today started her campaign trail seeking to be re-elected as the woman member of parliament for Kakumiro district. Nabanja began her campaigns for the NRM primary race at her home village of Mweruka in Nkuuko sub-county, Kakumiro district in Bunyoro sub-region.
As the ruling party, the NRM, gears up to elect its flag bearers on 17th this month, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Nabanja, has today kicked off her official campaigns, traversing the district seeking to be re-elected as woman member of parliament for Kakumiro district. The premier started this morning from her home village of Mweruka in Nkoko sub-county in Kakumiro district in Moroto sub-region.
Kubanga amashanyarazi yevudde ddala Mpongo n'ejja ekitegula egenda kujja paka wano paka Kyabakanga. Era ng'endala egenda kuva eri etuuke Mukola, oba Mukola yatuuse, Munsana etuuse, egenda kuva Munsana eyiteyo paka Lwebinyomo egende paka wali wa Bitamba.
Abaana bakumala ekyomusanju bakomaawo tibakweyongerayo. Kyetukusabire tukatandikawo egombola nk'egombola tukatandikawo essomero y'egombola, that is St. Mary's, St. Francis Mukola area community. Tukusaba seed school abaana baitu basobole kusomera hayi.
Nze kwetegereza biki ebipya ebizeemu era bitegedde mwagala siriya, mwagala ebintu, mwagala enguudo n'ebirala. Amazzi tujja gakola. Mbasuubiza nti amazzi tujja gakola. Kina kintu ennaku zotukola n'agattaavu. Museveni oye!
At Kitegura village, the locals reminded the Prime Minister to inform the President that Kitegura is historical because President Yoweri Museveni camped at this area during the liberation struggles.
NRM ekalugiro omubule Kigongo, President Museveni yaija yalaala a primary school Kitegura. Yalugawo yalaba hano yayawona abaana babiri abamusezekereze paka kulaba kigongo kiyayeyongerayo mu Kyenkwanza. Tukusaba naito mutwijukire mututeeka road map y'NRM nk'abalwaine.
Ebindi byemubalize President yamugambira nti abakitegula bakubanja.
Nabanja is known for extending development projects in the district like electricity, roads, water, health centers and schools, and she is a pillar in establishing Kakumiro district from the mother Kibale district.
Abantu bamukola muli eyo byona byetukulozere Prime Minister tukumuhaire akalulu habwirwaluli abakazi bakuzalira mukamuno obwana bulimu obulugiremu obundi babwesere na Nabanja akana akasokere kalikitere dawo bakakatuma Nabanja. So Prime Minister nitukusiima
hano kyeza kimanyire mukwenda amaizi, mukwenda amasanyalaze, mukwenda n'oluguudo olukugenda mu Nsana. Lwaki amasanyalaze nga bw'olugalo kwijja kuleeta oluguudo okalukola buli tukajjanu mwagamba mukwenda oluguudo lutakolwe.
The Prime Minister is competing with Grace Bataringaya and 3 others. Nabanja says she has refused to buy them out even when attempts have been made to do so.
nebagamba kazambike empiira abantu bemweruka afutala oluze banjagala era kyekindeese okubagamba kati nga bwe basazeewo okujja tewabawo omuntu n'omu gwe babuzaabuza batandika ngeno mwa Museveni amuyemu bwakwenda milioni 5 nanyemuzeyi milioni 5 otazimuha leke ezo tuzikole mu isomero.
Over 300 candidates have shown interest in contesting on the Democratic Front ticket. While addressing the media at their party offices in Kampala, Mathias Mpuuga, the president of the Democratic Front, has called upon citizens interested in contesting on the Democratic Front party ticket to fill the unfilled positions.
Mpuuga emphasized that as Democratic Front Party, they don't have privileged positions for specific people. Everyone can contest for whichever position, right from the presidential candidate.
All electoral positions are available. And the beauty about the BF constitution is that even the presidential candidate position is open. Being president does not make you an automatic presidential candidate. Every registered member of the party has a chance at becoming a presidential candidate. So we do not have any gazetted positions, any preserved positions. We don't have any privileged persons in the DF.
Mpuuga further discouraged political commercialization, which makes politicians serve their own interests, other than serving the electorate.
And I would like to state very clearly that the commercialization of politics is very dangerous for this country. It's detrimental to the growth of our democracy. And I would like to invite all parties, all actors from all directions to strictly ensure that we work together to limit commercialization of politics.
Democratic Front Party is set to engage other opposition parties to find solutions for a number of challenges affecting the country, including the release of political prisoners.
We have got over 400 political prisoners, and we are going to another election. These prisoners were arrested in 2021. They have been in 4 years. We are going into the next election without the release of this. It's very urgent that we talk to all our colleagues to seek ways of having these political prisoners free, including the most prominent political prisoner, Colonel Dr. Kiza.
The Democratic Front Party nominations are set to start on 7th July and will end on 22nd July this year. Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara and Winnie Ainem Babazi.
The nominations for the Central Executive Member of the NRM party have entered day 2 with a very big turn up. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Tango Odoi, says this is an indication of the party's strength and abilities. Now, over 100 candidates have duly been nominated so far on different national positions. Let's take a look.
The National Resistance Movement is overwhelmed with support from its members. So far, over 100 candidates have been duly nominated for SEC positions. Philip Kakuru, who wants to represent the Entrepreneurs League, and other candidates believe they can build and establish a self-sustaining economy through their leadership.
The entrepreneurs have been left behind. They contribute 70% of our fiscus.
We have done many things over time since 2015 as a league and as a party. That we need to organize and energize the Entrepreneurs League.
The agenda is that I wanted to make it vibrant and also protect the entrepreneurs society.
To stand as chairperson because of so many gaps that I saw in our league.
Mariam Naigaga, who wants the position of National Vice Chairman, Eastern Region, a position currently held by Captain Mike Mukura, says it is time for change. Her priority is youth, women and girl child.
Heading into a process of transition of leadership,
And we just feel we should be part and partial of the policies that is going to spearhead this transition.
Our plan is to bring new energy to support the party.
I'm very much proud of this NRM government.
More aspirants who believe in their leadership skills include Adrian Kobusinje, who seeks to challenge the incumbent, Honorable Lydia Wanyoto, for the position of NRM Women's League National Chairperson.
It's a statement made by women of Uganda, by Women's League, and they have decided. So I come here in the voice of women, leadership with the heart. You can feel it.
I have been nominated for the first national vice chairperson NRM.
If my fellow Ugandans choose Jonada Simwe, their Western sec, I'm sure we are going to work together.
I believe that by representing the region, I will effectively be able to manage and be able to support the government. And also,
I come with a lot of wealth to stand for the position of publicity in the Entrepreneurs League.
Dr. Tango Doi has cautioned members against violence during campaigns as the party is set for joint campaigns. Meanwhile, voting date for the party primaries have been shifted from 16th to 17th July to accommodate national elections for PWDs on 16th July.
Aspirants are hereby notified that the election of flag bearers for members of parliament has been shifted from 16th to 17th July.
Jane Nyiramcha reporting for UBC.
In other news, the National Unity Platform President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has condemned party members who use social media to fight each other and has set up a committee to investigate complaints to stop such conflict from spilling online. He was speaking at a press conference held at the NUP headquarters in Makerere, Kavule.
During a press conference, the president of NUP, Robert Kyagulanyi, criticized senior party members who have taken their disagreements online instead of following party structures. He announced the formation of a special committee to investigate complaints and resolve disputes internally to prevent further public embarrassments.
I also watch what goes on social media, and I be seeing everything that happens. I've seen the concerning claims from many of our members, unfortunately, including senior leaders. I say to you that we don't take our claims and our complaints to social media because we are an institution. Therefore, I hereby constitute a committee to investigate this. This committee is going to be led by our Deputy President from Western Uganda, Mama Jolly Jacqueline Tukamshaba.
Kyagulanyi also warned the youth, especially those from the ghetto, against being manipulated for political gain and engaging in acts that harm fellow Ugandans.
To do what you can as parents. Talk to your children, otherwise they are in danger. People don't forget. I come from the ghetto. I had so many friends. Sobi was my friend. Zebra was my friend. Where I come from, Kamocha Penjari is dead. Rastone is dead. Mad Beast has only one eye, and that's the only survivor. Crime does not pay, especially when you're implicating it on your people.
Other leaders, including Isaac Tomsange, Mayor Emmanuel Selnjoji, echoed Kyagulanyi's concerns and urged unity among members.
Now they have set up a committee whereby you can take your grievances in your party to be solved immediately. In that case, I congratulate the team who have been put in place to help us to solve our issues regarding our party elections.
That is very important because there is a lot of rumor mongering and propaganda on social media, which is attributed to members of the party.
So Uganda should take South Africa as an example. As you support the ruling party, so support other parties, because the game is the same.
The press conference also addressed the ongoing party nomination process and future plans. Kyagulanyi revealed that starting Monday, the party will launch a fundraising campaign to support its activities and extend help to those in need.
We need money for posters, we need money for transport, we need money for the campaign. So next Monday, we are going to launch our fundraising drive.
Joseph Chigozigola, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Golola. Now, the Office of the National Chairman, headed by Hadija Namialo, has urged the youth in Makindye Division to come out in big numbers and support the NRM Chairman, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, ahead of his nomination on Saturday, the 5th of July, 2025. Namialo was distributing an empowerment package in the division that is aimed at transforming the youth in boosting household incomes. Let's take a look.
The Office of the National Chairman, headed by Hadija Namialo, has empowered the 20 youth circles in Katwe, Makindye Division, with assortment of items including saloon equipments, sewing machines for self-employment. The initiative is to increase household income amongst the youth so as to create self-reliant communities. The head of the office urged the youth to continue supporting the NRM party for more economic transformation and sustainable livelihoods. She, however, mobilized the youth in the division to come out in big numbers and support the party chairman ahead of his nomination on the 5th of July, 2025. The next scheduled self-employment program is expected to take place in Bulambuli district on the 6th of July, 2025. Lydia Chomkama and Joseph Muyingo, UBC News.
Security officials in Moroto district have urged NRM aspirants to avoid electoral malpractice, including intimidation of fellow aspirants, covering road signs with posters, and bribery of voters. Security officers, led by the 3rd Division Commander Brigadier General Wilberforce Serunkuma, called for unity among political aspirants ahead of the NRM primaries this August.
Security officers, led by 3rd Division Brigadier General Wilberforce Serunkuma, met NRM aspirants ahead of the NRM primaries next month.
Because of security, we need electoral party will move freely, smoothly.
Can't we organize and conduct a peaceful primaries as a team of Moroto?
Attacking the security personnel, even fighting the security personnel. This time it should not happen.
This meeting that has helped us to air out all this, and also that has seen our supporters and agents to stop such kind of violence.
The NRM Electoral Office read out the guidelines for the primaries.
They shall not use private or public electronic payment to the campaign any other in particular.
NRM aspirants decried intimidation, tribalism, and the commercialization of politics.
Like me personally, there are some other politicians go to the ground talking to the locals that these are people who have been bringing back your guns, these are people who have been arresting you, so these are people who have been working with
the persons who have been in power. They tend to dish a lot of money.
Some of the newly elected leaders at the structure level, they have ended up not following the guidelines. For example, some of them are coming out to openly side with other candidates.
I'm just suffering from propaganda. One, I'm not from here.
Aspirants were also cautioned against covering road signs with posters. The newly elected NRM chairperson for Moroto district, John Longway, apologized for the things that did not go well during their elections. 5 candidates are contesting for Moroto District Woman Member of Parliament, 4 are contesting for Moroto Municipality, 5 for Matheniko, 4 for Tepeth, and 4 for LC5.
The Chief Magistrate Andrew Karukuka at Nakawa has charged 17 individuals with treason and remanded them until July 17, 2025 for further mention of their cases. The suspects are accused of vandalizing and stealing electricity infrastructure in various parts of the country. These are the details.
17 suspects have been charged with treason at the Nakawa Chief Magistrate's Court, accused of economic sabotage involving the cutting and theft of electricity infrastructure.
Number 67045, Constable Driver Kato Emmanuel, male adult age 34, Ugandan, Msoga by trade, police officer attached to Mukono Central Police.
While appearing before Chief Magistrate's Court, Andrew Katurubuki, charges were read out, but the accused were not allowed to take plea, as treason cases are only triable by the High Court. The Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited, in collaboration with the various security agencies, conducted operation across different parts of the country, where some suspects were apprehended, while allegedly cutting power cables near Nakasongola Barracks and the Ruwero Industries Limited.
For a long time, people have been stealing and vandalizing distribution network without any regard to the fact that it's a criminal. It's an economic sabotage, and you can actually be charged in the courts of law.
The utility company incurs a loss of at least 3 billion shillings monthly due to vandalism and electricity theft.
That, if you convert that into what we could do to extend power, to improve reliability, it would have been a better customer experience.
Most of the suspects are believed to be involved in the scrap business, and they are charged with the treason under Section 6 Part B and Section 3 Part N of the Anti-Terrorism Act 2002, Cap 120. Abdul Nasser Luwama for UBC.
The Deputy Governor, Professor Augustus Nwagaba, has challenged government to channel more resources into research to facilitate the transformation of the country. According to Professor Nwagaba, investing in research will help the country to foster innovation and also enhance competitiveness and drive economic growth.
Multidisciplinary Research Africa, in collaboration with the Uganda National Council for Science and Technology, has held the second annual Joint Research Dissemination Conference aimed at bringing all stakeholders together to revise ways of advancing the research agenda for development. The theme for this year is knowledge transfer and commercialization of research results to solve societal problems and accelerate economic growth.
But I think we need to also do that post-market or application of innovations. We try to do the assay and then also try to demonstrate the impact to the community.
The Deputy Governor, Bank of Uganda, Professor Augustus Nwagaba, was the keynote speaker and underscored the usefulness of investing in impactful research.
The reasons why countries have developed, the ones you always talk about, Malaysia, Singapore, China, Thailand, now we have Vietnam and so on, is that they have invested in research. They put a lot of money in their budget on finding out how certain things can be done very well. They just spent a lot of money in this, they realized in the middle the money was wasted. But if you did very good research, you cannot do something which will not work.
The Acting Executive Secretary for Uganda National Council for Science and Technology, Dr. Martin Ongol, emphasized that the country's innovators need to be put together to facilitate knowledge transfer.
You cannot have development unless you have results that inform policy. So an event like this tells you that research is being conducted, and because research is being conducted, results are produced, and it is these results that are showcased here, and it is these results that will inform policy, and policy will inform development.
All ministries, departments, and agencies of government to proactively identify the innovators with a view to assessing their potential to develop tangible products and services aimed at solving societal problems. We are ready to support these efforts going forward.
Investing in research is critical for national development as it drives innovation, improves public policy, and fosters economic growth. Adia Nakute, UBC.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial star 165 star 80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We now take you into more news. The Ministry of Health has endorsed the launch of Ascendis Medicine Medical Center in Kampala, calling it a timely boost to Uganda's emergency and trauma care infrastructure. The facility aligns with national priorities as the country gears up to host the major events like Chan 2024 and AFCON 2027, which demand upgraded medical readiness. Let's take a look.
Of Public Health, Dr. Daniel Chabayinze praised the facility's innovation but urged private providers to put ethics before profit.
Government of Uganda cannot put a facility everywhere. So for us, we say for every sub-county, we'll put health centers through. And when you see the remote areas where you're going to pass, like the standard gateway, I thought, oh, that's being innovative. Because people won't have the access and luxury to run to a health facility if they get an injury. When there's a spillage of oil and people are drowning in something, somebody needs to give that service. So I think all the business brains which are here, please come and tap in. But number one, no profiteering of our disadvantage.
The new facility will ease pressure on Molago by handling emergencies and specialized cases.
Uganda is going to host Chan Football Federation. I am representing the government on the Medical and Doping Committee. And we need to have an emergency center ready to receive dignitaries and sports fraternity should there be an event that requires their care. So here I've been looking to our hospitals and saying, who will we invite? I'm so excited that government is going to partner with this center if you allow us. We have a short time, but we also have AFCON in 2027. So since you are looking out to where people will be, we have set up a stadium in Hoima. We have a big airport coming up, you know, the oil sector. All these places, government is looking at universal health coverage.
Collaboration with training institutions and emergency medical technician deployment was encouraged.
We are based in Uganda.
We are here in Kololo, but this is an international center. The difference is simply the location. We are standing in Kololo physically, but the service you receive here is an American service. We have used technology to connect to the best hospitals abroad.
The ministry reaffirmed its support for private sector partners who contribute to a fair, inclusive health system.
So I have to have volume. I have to be doing industrial level stuff as far as medical response, trauma level stuff. That's where we develop our capability as a remote medical center. That's 20 years ago. We were working with Shell upstream, and we had developed with them a very sophisticated remote medical plan.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The Ministry of Public Service has announced the new administrative guidelines for public servants for financial year 2025-26. Muruli Mukasa, the Minister for Public Service, outlined the cross-cutting changes covering salaries, pensions, recruitment, and performance management, all aimed at improving service delivery.
Has invested 2.4 trillion in salary enhancement, targeting critical sectors. Doubtful and deceased pensioners must be deactivated from the pension system. Public servants must begin benefit processing 6 months before retirement. The automated human capital management system has replaced the IPPS system. Human resource plans for MDAs must be subjected before the 31st of October 2025. All public servants will be now assessed on a quarterly basis. Accelerated promotion is only allowed after 2 unsuccessful recruitments in 5 years. Director level positions have largely been abolished under the rationalization initiative, with the exception of a few agencies. All health center 2s have been upgraded to health center 3s and health center 3s to health center 4s, while some health center 4s to district hospitals. The client charter system will now work according to the National Development Plan. For all public servants must have a succession plan. This administrative guidance was effective 1st July 2025.
And more in our news tonight, lawyer Erias Luyimbazi Nalukola has appealed the decision made by the High Court Judge Bernard Nabanja that nullified his victory as a duly elected Member of Parliament for Kawempe North constituency. Nalukola, in his petition, alleges that the trial judge Bernard Nabanja erred in law when he failed to analyze the presented evidence to court in his response to uphold his victory. He also alleged that the trial judge erred in facts when he ruled that 664 votes from the 14 polling stations which were not tallied affected the results of the elections. Those, among other grounds, Nalukola wants the Court of Appeal Justice to squash the decision of High Court and uphold his victory as a duly elected Member of Parliament for Kawempe North constituency.
Franchise the people of Kawempe because their voice was clear and who they voted was known. But also secondly, as a Commonwealth country, we are bound by the law precedent, meaning that the decisions of a higher court are binding on a lower court. So in our hearing at the High Court, we gave various authorities from the Supreme Court, from the Court of Appeal, on how the court should handle the complaint before it. However, unfortunately, in total breach of the law and procedure, the court ignored following the decisions that we gave. The Mama Mbaba's decision, how do you deal with missing polling station results, the Kiza SJ case 2001 and 2006 from the Supreme Court, and court ignored all this because the Supreme Court was very clear that when you are analyzing a substantial effect, you do not consider the total number of registered voters. You only look at those voters that should be proved to have voted and their voices not heard. But what court did is the opposite of what the Supreme Court directs that should be done. And among the other reasons that my colleague has given, it's why we have come to the Court of Appeal to seek the Court of Appeal to reinforce the principle of stare decisis or precedence, that you as a lower court, you must be bound by the decision of the higher court, like the Supreme Court, provided it is still good law.
Head of Engineering Department at the Uganda Industrial Research Institute, Engineer David Ilkol, has applauded the children of soldiers and ex-combatants under Ushindi Sacco for their remarkable transformation of worn-out transformers, turning them into modern welding machines, an inspiring leap for local industry and community empowerment. During the launch of the Ushindi Welding Project in Kampala, Sacco chairperson Irene Nachejwe emphasized that the initiative equips youth with practical skills and the tools to build sustainable livelihoods.
A remarkable display of innovation and community empowerment, children of soldiers under the Ushindi Savings and Credit Cooperative Society are transforming old transformers into modern welding machines. This initiative, launched officially during the Ushindi Welding Machine Project, aims to boost youth skills, membership growth and resource mobilization while strengthening leadership and governance. Supported by the Microfinance Support Center, the project taps into government wealth creation programs to equip beneficiaries with practical technical skills and economic opportunities. At the launch, the children were urged to prioritize saving and investing in income-generating activities to ensure the long-term sustainability of their ventures.
The welding machine is a source of income. They are going to use this asset to do business. And the proceeds from this business, when they go to the communities and save, shall help them generate some income. This income brought to the circle to save. And that's the whole link.
Engineer David Olukol, head of engineering at the Uganda Industrial Research Institute, applauded the project, calling it a significant step for local industrial development. He emphasized that this innovative approach not only addresses community challenges but also fuels industrial growth by creating practical home-ground solutions.
We look at as a creative innovation, or what we would say industrial innovation. Taking a discarded transformer, repurposing it and transforming it into a functionable welding machine. That is extremely remarkable, and that's what basically we want in this country. And I'm looking at it as it having an impact, because the skill that these people will actually person will be tremendous, and more important, that is actually relatively affordable.
Ushindi Sacco chairperson Irene Nachejwe described the welding machine project as a game changer for military families and the wider community.
We make welding machines out of old transformers that are beyond repair. Ushindi Sacco is here to transform the lives of children of soldiers. Today, the welding machine project is one of the projects. We use money to make them, but we are giving them for free to our members to transform their lives.
The project is expected to produce 2,000 transformers repurposed into welding machines, unlocking youth potential and strengthening community resilience through industrial innovation, skills development, and economic empowerment.
Ministry of Education and Sports has provided science kits to government-aided primary schools to improve the teaching of all science subjects, promote practical learning and make it easy and effective. While handing over the kits to district representatives of Abim and Kapelebyong, some of the beneficiary districts in the fourth phase at the Ministry of Education warehouse in industrial area Kampala, a senior officer primary from Ministry of Education and Sports Musoke Abi said the mini laboratories for primary are meant to bridge the gap between the laboratories in secondary schools.
Minister of Education and Sports partnered with Riverflow International, an NGO advocating for practical learning, to provide primary science kits. The initiative was launched by the Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Katam-Seveni, in 2021, with the aim of making the teaching of science in government-aided primary schools practical and interesting.
Government has done is to make it practical. We are not going to pluck out the eye from a human being, but we have got a model of the eye where the child will have opportunity to touch, feel, and also respond to the issues within this, because we have put questions that prompt them to answer some questions so that they can understand.
During the fourth phase, 334 science kits are to be distributed in 17 districts, each getting 20 kits.
The teachers have been drawing pictures on the chalkboard, and the children could not have an opportunity to touch, to feel, and actually see the inside and the outside parts of an organ like the eye.
A lot of challenges. In fact, even our performance in sciences has been very low. But I know with this initiative, we are going to improve.
The manager, Science and Innovation, Riverflow International, Stuart Nabasa, said the boxes contain models of the heart and the microscope, which help pupils in studying micro-living organisms.
We came into a partnership of giving these mini laboratories to primary schools, basically to address the lack of laboratories in primary schools. Just like it is at secondary level, you have a laboratory. We also wanted to bridge that gap so that learners, even at primary, they are able to learn practically, see things, do things, and love science.
I'm Nafka Farida in Kampala.
Thank you very much, Nafuka Farida, and that takes us for a short commercial break. When we return, we'll be back with business.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You are now entered a draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind,
Welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We're now taking you into the world of business. Bujagali Energy Limited, the operators of the 250 megawatts power plant on the River Nile, are urging government not to terminate corporate income tax waiver granted to the company. In the recently passed Income Tax Amendment Act of 2025, Parliament extended the tax waiver for one more year. However, Bujagali warns that failure to maintain this exemption could result in higher electricity bills for consumers. Dennis Igwa reports.
President Yoweri Museveni has assented to the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2025 into law, which among other provisions extends the corporate income tax waiver to Bujagali hydropower for one more year. The privately owned 250 megawatts hydroelectric power dam, which has been in operation since 2012, has often been criticized for not aligning with the government's agenda of affordable power due to its high tariff rates of about 8 US cents per kilowatt hour.
Handling the issue of the low cost of electricity. This electricity here is much cheaper than the one of Bujagali. The one of Bujagali was carelessly done by some people behind my back. This is the one that have been disturbing you.
Bujagali Energy Limited warns that revoking the tax waiver could increase the end-user power tariff, further burdening the consumer.
So it's of no relevance to us, but in terms of our business, it is of relevance to us because that cost is going to be passed on to the consumer, and the consumer's price is going to rise as a consequence of that. Now, the last computation that ERA did was the tariff would rise by 4.9% if the tax waiver was not granted.
While government had initially proposed a 7-year extension of the waiver up to 2032, Parliament rejected the proposal. Legislators instead approved a 1-year extension ending in June 2026. However, Bell says the waiver is crucial as it works toward clearing its debt obligations and reducing the electricity tariff to below the government's recommended threshold of 5 cents per kilowatt hour.
It's of no matter to us, because it's a pass-through cost. Any tax we pay gets added on to our monthly bill and gets passed on to UETCL. UETCL doesn't care because it's a pass-through cost for them. They pass it on. They would then have passed that on to UMEMI and now to UEDCL. UEDCL incorporate that into the tariff that gets charged to the consumer.
Dennis Igor for UBC.
Thank you very much, Dennis Igor. In more news, the Minister of Trade and Industry and Cooperatives, Francis Mwebesa, has officially inaugurated the 10th Uganda National Bureau of Standards Council in Kampala. In his address, Minister Mwebesa urged the new council to devise means to encourage compliance with standards rather than harass business people.
National Standard Council
The newly inaugurated 10th Council is headed by Engineer James Kalibala and Dr. John Patrick Kaboyo as Vice Chair. Other members include Major Dr. Twoki John Mathias Rusoke and Ainebiona Dennis as ex-officials, Hawan Sobogalule, Professor Mnason Tweheyo and Stella Nyakapendi Chombo as members, and Engineer James Kasigwa as Secretary and Executive Director of UNBS. Mwebesa underscored that UNBS shouldn't just punish traders, but ensure products meet standards before reaching the market.
When you have picked one particular item in a whole merchandise which is in somebody's shop, you can see how dangerous it is. You lose as customers. A big supermarket, if you stop it for a few minutes, you know, you go to these supermarkets and you see, they lose a lot of money.
The focus is going to be targeting the source, the industries, and also for the incoming or the imported goods. We have a program called PIVOC. So our efforts are going to be on we told you, working with the manufacturer to make sure that whatever is churned out meets our quality and safety standards.
Supporting the ministry's position, the Minister of State for Trade, General Wilson Imbadi, emphasized standards as the foundation of reliable manufacturing. He urged UNBS to support SMEs with value addition, vital for boosting exports. Other issues discussed include the importation of counterfeit products, where the new council has been told to address urgently.
For the imported goods, we have a program called PIVOC. PIVOC is the pre-shipment verification of conformity. Whatever the trader wants to import into the country must meet our minimum standards.
Engineer James Kalibala, Executive Director UNBS, urged for quicker clearance of product certification to avoid bottleneck stifling industries.
I'll just give a situation where, say you raise 200 billion, and this money is not really yours. It belongs to whoever applied for certification. And then, because when the Minister of Finance gives you a small portion of that, then you can't meet the requirement of your clients.
Permanent Secretary Lynette Bagonza outlined the Council's mandate and advised adherence to its role charter. Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Form Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Form Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News, and now it's time for sports. Around this time of the year, Uganda hosts countries in the Para-Uganda International Badminton Tournament. This year, 15 countries are competing at Lugogo Indoor Stadium, and these are the reports.
The 8th edition of the Plascon Uganda Para Badminton International Tournament is underway at Lugogo Indoor Stadium. The 6th-day competition has attracted participants from 15 countries worldwide, including Sweden, Peru, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, India, Estonia, Egypt, DR Congo, among others. These are competing in 6 categories, divided into wheelchair and standing classes based on the type and severity of physical impairment. Uganda sends 24 players competing against over 100 players. Tournament is a vital ranking event where players can earn points to improve their global standings and quality for major competitions, including the Global Tour and Paralympics. Nabanja Doreen Malaika, UBC News.
And as always, every Wednesday, we do take the time to share with you the insights related to the taxman and his money. They say give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. And that's why we take this initiative to partner with the URA to educate you on tax matters. Let's take a look at what Buza Commissioner says and then we'll return to the bulletin.
Buza Commissioner.
When we talk about exports and imports, that is where we face actually a very big challenge. Because now I have customers who come from Congo. I have customers who want me to send for them goods to South Sudan. And also me, there are certain items that I get from DRC. There are certain items that I get from South Sudan. So the taxation is just heavy. As I talk now, my tins of milk at the airfield, they are being captured there. They are telling me, URA is telling me I should pay 300,000 for me to get 6 tins of milk. So what is that?
Buza Commissioner.
Now, Fiona, I think again here, there is some missing information. First of all, if you have bought your milk from South Sudan, which is not prohibited, and you're bringing it into the country, if it is for home consumption and it's below the threshold of $2,000 and you're accompanying your goods, you're coming with it, it's not for business purposes, you'll get it in tax-free. But if you're bringing quantities that are for commercial purposes and they're above that threshold, then the applicable taxes apply. For milk, if it is milk made in South Sudan, which I doubt, I don't know if there is any milk coming from South Sudan, because it is part of the ESC, there would be no import duty. But I imagine this is milk that maybe came from Denmark, then to South Sudan, and now you're bringing it into Uganda. There is a tax, an import duty of 60%. Yes, it is high. Why? Because Uganda must protect its local industries. If you've heard of a factory called Lato, they produce Lato milk. That factory is producing one of the best powdered milk for the region. And most of our shelves now in Uganda have Lato powdered milk. So in a very deliberate effort by the government of Uganda to protect its own industries for goods that are manufactured here or goods that are produced here, the tax on importation is slightly high. That's why imported milk from Denmark, from outside the EAC, you have to pay an import duty of 60%. So my advice to you, Fiona, please buy Ugandan-made milk and you will not suffer with any taxes. But if you do, please be ready to pay the relevant tax because Uganda must protect her own industries and cause her own growth before we support other nations to grow their factories. So these are very important questions, all coming from that video recording by Fiona. I thank you for your questions, and I look forward to further engagement. And as I've promised, we will come to your region, and we'll have a longer time to discuss a number of issues that you may have with tax. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Buza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them.
Well, what more can we say about that? Buza Commissioner has definitely said it. 60% import duty tax on goods that are already locally manufactured. So if you're a business person, maybe it's time to rethink. Otherwise, thank you very much for being a lovely audience. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark. Elizabeth Nakakoni is on the sign language. Allow us shift you to more programming. And do remember that tonight we also have Behind the Headlines with Timothy Nyangweso.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Mr. Vaxa, the ultimate protector against malaria. For years, malaria has been one of the biggest threats to children under 5, making them weak and even putting their lives at risk. But now, the government is introducing a new solution, the malaria vaccine. The malaria vaccine is now in the routine immunization schedule. The malaria vaccine is administered in 4 doses at 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and 18 months. This vaccine will provide extra protection against severe malaria. And don't forget, routine immunization protects children from many deadly diseases. Every vaccine matters. Visit the nearest health facility for routine immunization services today. Mr. Vaxa, the malaria vaccine is free, safe, and ready to protect our children. Will you join the fight and complete all 4 doses? For more information, call the Ministry of Health on 0800 100 066. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
My name is Flight Captain George Michael Mukula, aspiring for the National Vice Chairman in charge of Eastern Uganda. The National Resistance Movement is a revolutionary party. It's founded on 4 ideals: patriotism, Pan-Africanism, social economic transformation, and democracy. General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, our historical revolutionary leader, has kept this country peaceful for the last few years. Uganda now is peaceful from the north to the south, east to the west. In this new term, our focus will be to address the issues of youth unemployment and to ensure that the youth are part of the vision of the transformation of this country. 2, poverty. We must ensure that we continue to reduce poverty in our population. Number 3 is to ensure that we deal with service delivery, to improve on our services in hospitals, schools, and ensure that there is water for everyone for production and to drink. We must also ensure that there is equitable distribution of wealth in Uganda. I therefore seek for your vote to be elected as the National Vice Chairman of the National Resistance Movement. Vote Captain Mukula.
mwana sika hey tetuja kweta twetuka moche Mr. Boss
I am so excited to be here in Kobalo, Arua. We've gotten our second winner from this place. All he had to do was to download the caller tune. He's a young gentleman. Convincing him that he's the actual winner was actually not easy.
I never believed in calls that could come to me anyhow because I was always a lot of scammers. But later when I confirmed, it was true. And I'm really happy I have received my bag.
All you have to do is dial *170 *12# and download the caller tune. Digida with MTN caller tunes. Owangule.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
From the day your child is born, you want to protect them. You want to protect them from the harm you know and the things your eyes can see. Protect them from falls when they are playing and as they are learning the world. But what protects them from the things your eyes can't see? Diseases attacking their bodies. Immunization from as early as birth, 6 weeks, 10, 14 weeks, to 9 and 18 months. And malaria starting at 6, 7, 8 to 18 months. Protects children from diseases, giving them the foundation they need to grow stronger and healthier.
Parents and caregivers, remember to immunize your children 9 times from birth to 18 months to protect them against vaccine-preventable diseases such as measles, rubella, polio, pneumonia, hepatitis B, tuberculosis, tetanus, meningitis, yellow fever, diarrhea, whooping cough, diphtheria, and malaria. All vaccines used for immunization are safe, effective, and free. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and partners.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Shop and pay with your FlexiPay. Cashback instant. It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Simply shop and pay